Hey, brother and sisters, Bezel of Truth here, Jay from Virginia for the new people, and I want to do a video for you. This all stems from yesterday. I had a little bit of time to catch up on some videos and that, and the more I watched and looked, they're on YouTube, and then I went over to BitChute and was looking at videos over on Richie from Boston, and I just kept noticing that video after video after video, you know, people saying the exact same thing, that this poison that they are giving people that willfully roll up their sleeve, and that is the mark of the beast. And all kinds of people, you know, afraid and fearful, and it just shouldn't be. All the while, you know, these people that's saying this are supposedly the Children of Yahuah followers. Brothers and sisters, we've got to change what's going on. Because this mark of the beast talk sounds good and plays right into the hands of what the higher ups want. I am having to deal with all kinds of people coming out left, right, center, wanting to scold me because of my stance on this. So, up front, my stance is this poison that they're giving people is not the mark of the beast. If you're still there, listen to me. Because this is important. Very, very, very important. We are in a spiritual war. Therefore, it's the spiritual side that we have to be worried about. The enemy is working with man to bring about his agenda. Now, what kind of a deal does the enemy have with the higher up elite man? Well, what does man want? He wants control. Total, absolute power. And, you know, the saying is true. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Because in the end, the enemy will take their soul as well. Better yet, he's already got them. But, you know, he will make good on his promises because it brings about his agenda. This new world order. One world religion. Blah, blah, blah. We already know. But let's look at this. Revelation chapter 13, we already know what the scriptures say. Verse 16, and he causes all. In other words, there is a situation that happens that causes people to do something. Both small and rich, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand and their forehead. I.e., right hand, their actions, forehead, their thoughts. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Okay. It's fine and dandy. Now, don't forget, the mark of the beast, of the enemy, is two-sided. There is a spiritual side and there is a physical side. The physical side of this poison is what is going to be used to allow the elite of man to control people. I believe. There's no absolute 100%, thing, but I believe that, whatever they are giving people, whenever it's activated, it's going to allow them to control people. But it has nothing to do with their soul or their stance in eternity. Why do I say that? Because there are people already that has been forced against their will to take this. And there is no way possible that the Father is going to damn someone's soul to hell because they were forced to take something in their body that they didn't want. The Word says that we're judged by our actions, our views, our faith, our deeds, our actions. Not on what someone forced us to do. Because, there are children that have no say-so getting stabbed. You have, people in retirement homes that's forced to receive this. And I'm sorry, that's not going to damn them to hell. What it can do is allow, the elites to control them if that's what it's going to do. But let's look at the spiritual side of things. Just as there is a mark of the beast, there is a mark of the Father. And, we have already went over this in many videos. I've said it several times, but let's go back and see what the mark of Yahuah is. So let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 5 to 8. It says, "And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thy heart. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto the children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thy house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up." In other words, always talking about the things of the Father, His commandments, His ways, His laws, His feasts, His Sabbaths. It should be continually on our minds and our hearts. We should be teaching it, instilling them into our children. Verse 8, it says, "And thou shalt bind them for a sign, mark, engravement, upon thy head, and they shall be as frontlets between thy eyes, in thy forehead or your mind. And thou shalt write them upon the posts of thy house and on thy gates." This is the mark of Yahuah. The mark of Yahuah simply is obedience. Obedience to His law, His Torah, His ways. Exodus chapter 31, I do believe. Verse 16, "Wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath, to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations, for a perpetual covenant. It is a sign, a mark, a seal, engravement between me and the children of Israel forever. For 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day He rested and was refreshed." The sign or mark of Yahuah is obedience. And this plays a part even in the end times. Let's see, it is Ezekiel, I'm thinking chapter 9. Yeah. Okay. Verse 3, Ezekiel chapter 3, verse Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 3. And the glory of Yahuah of Israel was gone up from the cherub whereupon he was, and to the threshold of the house, and he called to the man clothed with linen, which had the writer's inkhorn by his side. And the Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men, and foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations, or which is of evil, lawlessness, that be done in the midst thereof. Okay, so anybody who is doing abominations or rebelliousness, not keeping the law. Now, verse 5, and to the others he said in my hearing, Go ye after him through the city, and smite. Let not thy eye spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women. But come not near any man upon whom the mark is the mark. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they begin at the ancient men which were before the house. Now, the mark of Yahuah, obedience. They're sighing for all the abominations, the lawlessness, the evil that's being done, evil men. So, they're the ones that are going to be without the mark. But those who are in right standing with the Father receive his mark because they're obedient. This is the same thing that which we read in Revelation chapter 9, I do believe it is. It says, Revelation chapter 9, verse 4, and it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of Yahuah in their foreheads. The mark. The mark of Yahuah is obedience. Now, okay. I'm going to leave it at that. There's more I could go into, but I've already got a video on the mark of Yahuah. So, if you have the mark of God, Yahuah, on you, in you, right, it's in your right hand, i.e. your actions, or your mind, your thoughts, your beliefs, you have the mark of God. Now, the enemy would be the direct opposite, because, he has a antichrist, just like the Father has his Son, Christ, the Messiah. You have the Antichrist, the anti-Messiah. Now, for those who do not know, anti, put me down there a minute. Anti means opposed or against, preventing or suppressing, reversing, undoing, the opposite of. Okay? So, the mark of the beast would be the direct opposite of what the mark or seal of Yahuah is. So, if the mark of Yahuah, the mark of the Father, the mark of God, our Elohim, our Creator, is obedience, the direct opposite of obedience is disobedience, rebelliousness, lawlessness, iniquity. It's that easy. There is your mark of the beast. That is what will damn your soul for all eternity. That is what you will be judged on. Now, back to the physical part of the poison that's being pushed on people. We are the church, the temple, the third temple of Yahuah. We are to keep our temple clean. That's why we're not supposed to eat pork. That's why we're supposed to, abide by his laws, his commandments. We should not willingly want to take anything that they want to put in us. So as long as we have that say-so, do not take it. But for all the people out there who is weeping and wailing and just terrified that, they're going to hold you down and make you take it, it's not going to damn your soul. It's not. This is what the enemy wants. Total pandemonium. To make people think that they can forcibly put something on you and make you damned for hell. Nothing you can do about it. Sorry. It's a lie. It's a pipe dream. It goes against everything the Father says. And I'm being ridiculed and, people are saying quite hateful things against me because of my view. But my view is what the Word of Yahuah says. I just showed you. This fight that we are in is twofold. The enemy is working with man in the physical. But it's the spiritual that has the power to damn your soul, not the physical. We're not of this world. We know that we're going to suffer and be persecuted for his name's sake. And he will do anything and everything to make it come to pass. So, don't be surprised, when it does happen. Because, it's just part of it. People are standing on the words of the bigger name people, which, the celebrity people of these truth community. And, they are men. We shouldn't be worried about what men are saying or their opinions. We stand on the Word of Yahuah. It's what he says we need to go with. And we shouldn't be afraid. Matter of fact, with all the things that's happening in the world right now, we should be excited. Things are getting close to the return of our Savior. Yeah. When the switch gets flipped, there's many of us, they're just going to get rid of us. We knew that was coming. That's the price that we'll pay. That's why right now, more than ever, we need to come together as a family unit, as the children of Yahuah, bearing one another's burdens, helping each other the best that we can. If someone needs, help doing this, that, or the other, jump in and help them. It doesn't always have to be monetarily. Although the enemy loves to use finances against the children of Yahuah. Because, money inherently is neither evil nor good. It's a tool. But yet it's the rich that get corrupted by it because they have the love of money. And the love of money gives you greed. And the flesh loves to pamper itself. That's why we ought to be spiritually minded, having the mind of Christ. Therefore, we do not fulfill the lusts of the flesh. Brothers and sisters, we've got to get this right. It doesn't matter that all the beloved truth people that you look up to or thinks onto something or really helpful. It doesn't matter what they are saying. There have been people that I've corresponded with looking to kill themselves over the thoughts, that their grandchildren or their children or their spouse or whatever has got this, and now they're damned for hell. Especially, the children and all that, and some of the adults that have been given this poison that didn't want it. It was against their will. And, they're ready to kill themselves because they can't stand the thought of their loved ones being damned to hell. It doesn't work that way. And the enemy is just causing pandemonium and chaos and fear. And I'm tired of it. You can say whatever you want to about me, but the truth is the truth. Yes, the physical side, we shouldn't have no part of it. But if it is forced in us, it doesn't damn your soul. The only thing that damns your soul, giving you a spiritual mark of the beast, is disobedience, rebellion. The same thing it's always been. Sin. That's it in a nutshell, my brothers and sisters. Don't allow them to get into your mind and play upon your emotions. Give it all to the Father and rest in Him. He's our shield and our buckler. It's what the armor is for. We already knew that when things got bad, that we, the children of Yahuah, stepping out, standing for what's right and truth, that we would be targeted. Because we see the truth. I implore you, hear what I'm saying, and don't allow the enemy any power over you. Because in the end, right is right and wrong is still wrong. If you are walking in obedience, nothing can change that. If you're walking in disobedience, then you know whose you are. It's just that easy. I'm going to leave it at that because I don't want to make this too long because I've already got videos on this. I just wanted to come out and tell you, to just step back. Disengage your emotions and just look at the truth. Stand upon it. Because it doesn't matter what the enemy tries to do. He cannot change the truth. We are bought with a price that no one can buy at a higher rate or anything. The only people who can remove you from the hand of the Father is you through disobedience. Rest assured, the Father knows everything that's going on. It's just time that we, the children of Yahuah, start spreading the truth as much as they are spreading the lies. It's time that we come together and bear one another's burdens and get the truth out there. Spread the word, spread the gospel of the kingdom, helping people, just showing people the light. Because the light is in us. So please, go forth and let your light shine to all. Small, great. Free and bond. Because we're all the same. We're all the creation of the Father. And even the Father said He wished above all things that none would perish, but all would come to repentance. I'll leave it at that. I thank you for all the prayers Thank you all for just being a part. I ask that you continue to seek the face of the Father and work in the relationship between you and Him. Continue praying for this nation and this whole realm against the tyranny and the evil that's coming upon it. Pray for our leaders and continue helping one another, showing the truth, letting the light of the Father shine through you in all things, in actions, words, thoughts, views. So, until next time, I love you, and Yahuwah bless you.